Welcome back everyone. Today's tutorial will be about plunging attacks. It should be really short. So the first thing you do is to go to the combat preset, then you go to to the skills, add a new skill, confirm. Then as you can see, you have a new set of skills here. You want to pick air skill, confirm changes, of course hit that. No cooldown, animation editor. Now you're typing here plunging attack. It can be sword or whatever. Let's pick this. Then in the infinite loop we again pick the sword, plunging of course. We already have this, so now this and this. Look, as you can see, it will work. If you want to add weapon, then of course you can just in the status track add the effects. Then you can just pick sword, cool previews, pick this for example, and of course change the root node to the weapon. Now it should work, as you can see, and it will work. Now when we have done that, we can add the most important part, so landing branch, right? This is basically detecting if the player hit the ground, and that's literally it. Okay, now when you have done that, we can of course do some nodes for the damage, right? So it will be quite short. We are just going to the Miliastra, again a sandbox. Now here go to the client node graph resource explorer, go to the character skill, add a new node here, add a spherical hitbox, a specific location. If you want to damage also players, then you choose all except self, but if you want to damage only the enemies, then you choose hostile faction, right? Then a location will be just entity location, and entity of course will be character entity here. Get current character. Rotation will be 0. Then you just pick the damage multipliers or increment once per entity here. You can of course pick some effects if you want, because why not. Now here's the important part, so radius of the sphere hitbox, right? Let's pick 6 for example. We can pick this for example. We can of course also add a effect, play timed effects, and here explosion, right? For example, let's just pick this. You can be a bit higher in the zoom. Location is here of course, and that should work. You will add a node here, and this node should be when the character hits, so here. As you can see, you also have the preview, how large the attack will be, right? The area of the attack. It's quite large, but I will leave it as it is. Now we can see. Okay, that's... never mind, that's a bit too strong, but let's just leave it as it is. If you want, of course, you can edit yourself, right? Right, okay, I forgot to add one thing. You should add interruption, right? Allow interruption. This is quite important. If you, for example, want to cancel the plunging with gliding, then you just allow here the glide, right? Interrupts skill by glide, by movement not. And if you want to cancel here the animation, you just copy this, but adding you need to just set the movement here, right? Now you will be able to just cancel the animation, right? Which is, well, important. Okay, now we are just going to save this, then we are going to the player, now going to the class, now going here. Now we need to add air skill, so 1 and custom skill. This will be our plunging attack, right? So now we are just going to put some enemies, because why not? Okay, let's test. As you can see, I can now move very easily. We can of course also test if we can cancel the animation. Yes, we can, as you can see. Of course, this is probably... you don't really want this probably, right? But I'm just showing you if you want. And we can also test this huge jump. It works, as you can see. You can also add some trails, right? As effects. Well, that's all, really. So, yeah, goodbye or something.